The Oregon Trail is an edutainment game released in 1971 which has you and 4 other party members travel on the Oregon Trail from Independence, Missouri to, well, Oregon. The Oregon Trail was a real thing before it was a video game, and these games were often used to teach students about it. I never played the games in school. Instead, we had a home copy of the Oregon Trail 5th edition, which is a remake of the Oregon Trail 2 with a few extra features and animated cutscenes of some annoying kids. But that's not the version we're playing today. Oh no, we're going back to the very original. The game starts with you choosing your character's career. A banker from Boston, a carpenter from Ohio, and a farmer from Illinois. Choosing the banker gives you more money to start with, but you won't have as many points if you reach the end. I don't care about points because I know how hard this game is, and being able to fix things on the road seems more important than banking or farming, although I have heard that Oregon does have a market for certain plants. Anyway, now we get to the fun part of naming our character, who is the leader of the party. If your character dies, it's all over. I'm a little too scared to directly insert myself into the game, so let's go ahead and insert a bootleg called Team MD. Of course, death is a very prominent part of this game, so for our second member of the group, we have the old Taylor Swift. We are also joined by the mayor of Flavortown, Guy Fieri, the grade A garbage person, Jake Paul, and Thick. This is the dream team Oregon deserves. Now that we've named our party members, it's time to buy supplies for the long trail ahead. Later Oregon Trail games have much more unique options, but in this game you can buy oxen, food, clothing, ammunition, and spare parts. For food, our lovely friend Matt, who got cut out of the recording because I'm an idiot, recommends that we have 200 pounds per person. We have 5 people, which means I need, 5 is times 200, so good, 1,000 pounds of food. I'll also get 10 sets of clothing, 10 boxes of ammunition, some spare parts, and even more ammunition because it's cheap and why not. Now it's time to hit the trail and... okay, first we gotta look at the first of these screens showing us the area we're in, this one being the town of Independence. These screens are accompanied by some beautiful renditions of classic American folk songs, this one being Yankee Doodle, I think. Okay, now we're off. Let's take a look at our options here. Well, I definitely don't want to talk to people, so let's just continue on the trail. But before we even start, we just had to stop at DQ for a blizzard and lost today.
They see me rolling, they hating.
We somehow got lost on the way, but we made it to the Kansas River crossing. Let's take a look around. Wow, it's beautiful. We have a tree, a river, and the famous Purple Mountains of America. Here the game gives us our first real test. Crossing rivers is something you have to do a lot of in Oregon Trail games, and here you have the choice of fording the river, floating across, or taking a ferry. The river is 640 feet across and 4.5 feet deep, and I know rivers are fairly unforgiving in this game, especially this version, so I'll just pay $5 and wait a few days to take a ferry. Our wagon crosses the river successfully, but then we got lost and stuck in a blizzard again. How is this severe blizzard, seeing as how there's only one cloud? I don't know, but apparently the party got bored and started a fire in the wagon. The game doesn't say who or what started it, but I'm gonna go ahead and blame Jake Paul, seeing as he has a penchant for setting things on fire. We lost some spare parts and food, and we soon arrive at Big Blue River Crossing. The river is fairly shallow, so we float across with no problems. On our way to Fort Kearney, Guy Fieri ate something a little too spicy and now has a fever. I'll leave him under the assistance of my incredibly trustworthy party and go hunting. Hunting is probably the most fun part of the Oregon Trail games, as you get to
kill innocent animals.
Actually, when I was little, I made it a rule that you couldn't shoot the bunnies, so. Hunting in the later games is fairly simple, you just point and shoot, but in this game, it sucks. You can't just move around the map freely, no. Instead, you have to press enter whenever you want to start or stop walking, and point your rifle in the direction you want to move. Doesn't seem like too much of a problem, but the enter key is an awkward place compared to where the movement keys are. My first hunting trip ended in failure, and with my second attempt, I was only able to shoot one 3-pound squirrel. But whatever, we made it to Fort Kearney. I'll buy some more spare parts to replace the ones we lost in the fire, and some more food. Our next stop is Chimney Rock, but Taylor Swift decided to rock out a little too hard and broke her arm. One of our oxen also decided to wander off. I don't exactly blame it. If I was forced to travel around with Guy Fieri and Jake Paul, I'd wander off too. The ox hurts itself a few days later and then betrays the dream team by dying. He was weak. We have to move on. We pass Chimney Rock, find a gravestone left by someone named Voland, but judging by their epitaph, I'm more inclined to say that it was actually left by Navi. Food is running a bit low, so I'll buy some more at Fort Laramie and keep going. Another blizzard hits, which initially I was a little confused about. It's the end of April, but then I remembered that I live in California and the rest of the country actually experiences this thing called weather. A wagon wheel breaks, but because I'm such a great carpenter, I was able to fix it. Surprisingly, we didn't run into any more problems on the way to Independence Rock, which, oh no, if Breath of the Wild has taught me anything, it's that giant rocks can't be trusted. Literally every episode you mention that game. Oh, shut up, just be glad I didn't put you in this party because we just ran out of food. Yeah, it turns out that Matt at the beginning of the game is a freaking liar because his recommendation wasn't enough. Either that or Guy Fieri ate it all himself, which, let's be honest, is probably the case. I guess I should try and talk to someone to see if I can get some food and oh, well, okay, you know what, that's fine. I didn't want to talk to anyone anyway. Thanks, everyone. Don't blame me when your favorite celebrity chef dies because you're all too selfish to care. Here the trail divides, and we can choose to go to either the Green River Crossing or Fort Bridger. Since the fort is more likely to sell food, let's hope we can hold out long enough and go there. So far so good, and oh wait, Jake Paul has typhoid, and now Guy Fieri has cholera. Get a grip, guys, I can see the fort. Oh no, Taylor, not you too! Whatever, let's keep going, and Thick! Stop it, we are so close! Sorry, I gotta get this.
Can I speak to the old Taylor, please?
I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now.
Wait, what? Why not?
Why? Oh. 'Cause she's dead. Oh, now Thick is gonna do. Guy Fieri is dead too. Now Jake Paul is dead. Team MD is sick, but we're so close. No! I was literally 1 day away from the fort. You know what? Joke's on you, Matt. I didn't even want to go to Oregon anyway. All it has is hipsters and craft beer. Like, why would you actually want to go? In times of loss, it's important to reflect upon the lives of those we have lost. Taylor Swift, Guy Fieri, Jake Paul, I won't miss you, but Thick, and even my bootleg self, I will miss you. I think it's times like these that we really have to remember that I wanted everyone to die anyway, so meh. And as Team MD's gravestone is laid literally just outside of Fort Bridger, we are taken back to the title screen. The Oregon Trail is a fun little game that's supposed to teach you things, but in reality, we name our party members after friends, memes, or people we hate and hope that we can somehow make it to Oregon, or kill them all, depending on what type of person you are. I wouldn't exactly recommend playing this version. I was fairly lucky that my party members' deaths only came from a lack of food. Usually people just die randomly in this game. I'd much rather play any of the later versions which allow you to actually treat illnesses and are generally more fair. Nevertheless, the Oregon Trail is a very important game that has aged horribly but is still fun to play. So kids, what did we learn about the Oregon Trail today? Don't listen to the guy at the general store. Good, what else? That TMD is a dumb idiot that never realized they could press enter at any time to go hunting, and because of their obliviousness, the food ran out and their entire party died? That's correct! Yay! Thank you guys for watching all the way through this game talk. This was a really fun one. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and a comment to show it. School sucks, so this video took forever, and I will see you in another video. Bye!